What's going on, YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And today's video, we're talking about Teen Titans issue 39, the start of the Djinn War. That's right, this is the start of the final arc of the Adam Glass Teen Titans run before a new creative takes over. Now, this one was co-written by Adam Glass, of course, and Robbie Thompson, whose work I'm not familiar with at all. But, I guess he's going to be taking over. I looked at the solicitations ahead, and I saw that he was solo writing the May thing. So I don't know if he's just taking over for like one arc, or if he's going to be the permanent Teen Titans writer. I have no idea, because I know Adam Glass is leaving the book, so I know they got him to be brought in to take over the book. I don't know if it's just for one arc, or if he's going to be the permanent person to take over, just take over until this whole 5G thing happens, and they pretty much relaunch all the books anyway. So I have absolutely no idea. I'm just here, I'm going to talk about this issue, and we'll just have to speculate as we go about. But anyway, so let's do what we normally do, read the information, or the issue info. The Djinn War has begun. Adam Glass is joined by new co-writer Robbie Thompson, Spider-Man / Deadpool, Spidey, Meet the Skrulls, again, I've never read any of that, and new artist Eduardo Pansica, Supergirl for the Teen Titans' next thrilling adventure. Trapped in her ring with no escape, Djinn finds herself on the inside looking out as the Teen Titans go hunting for Djinn's older brother, Elias, the only one capable of saving her. But Elias' dark side is the stuff of legends, and the Teen Titans know that he can't be trusted. With Deathstroke, Lobo on the other end, their rearview mirror, the team is about to go on their most dangerous mission yet. So, as you can see, the Teen Titans doing their things. Let's go ahead and look at this. So, what I appreciate about this issue, tonally it's very different. This one actually reads more like a Teen Titans issue like you'd expect, as opposed to what the current Glass run has felt like, because the current Glass run has felt more along the lines of something like a Suicide Squad type book. This one here, they're actually like exchanging quips, they seem to have fun, they seem to be more focused as a unit. It's such a drastic change in tone, and just from where they are at in the previous thing. Now, I still don't necessarily buy this unit as some unit that would stick around, especially after all the shit that they've been through, but they actually seem to try to be. They're actually trying to get Djinn. I guess that was kind of the whole thing. It's like, oh, they got to go through so much hardship to get to like feel like they are a family or a cohesive unit. I just haven't bought it because they've literally been at each other's throats for a year and a half. And with the new creative coming on, like, I don't know how the transitions. I don't know if they're going to stick around or if they're going to bring in somebody new or change the teams up altogether. I don't know. It's all up in the air, ambiguous. But this is kind of the end of the previous writer, the Glass stuff. This is the start of it. Like, yeah, it ends in April. So I guess we'll just take it issue by issue and see what happens. But as I said before, what I did appreciate about this one is tonally, it's more upbeat. They seem to be having fun. They're cracking jokes. And I'm like, okay, this reads and feels more like a Teen Titans book. I guess Roundhouse's thing is Titans United. And the artwork is different too. Like, as you can see, it's not Bernard Shank, who I do give props for doing a lot of good stuff, except with Damien's face, which thankfully they seemingly fixed it. It doesn't look as like deformed or messed up as it did before. I know a lot of people were pointing this out. Like, he looked like Will Smith in Hitch. But basically they're looking for this thing called the Cup of Sorrows to summon Elias. Emiko's right there. She's reading from the Book of the Damned. Basically they're trying to like summon Elias. And when they get Elias, they want him to like free Djinn from her ring and then stop Elias once and for all. Put closure to that stuff, so on and so forth. So then they go to meet Elias, and if this damn thing would load, it's weird because like I try and go to this page, just like this page in particular, when trying to read it like through this thing, it just doesn't really load at all. But as you can see, there's Elias. I wasn't expecting this type of look for Elias. Like, as you can see, he's got like his sunglasses on. He's just like, yeah, I'm bad. I'm pretty badass. I'm pretty cool. He definitely reminds me of like some sort of 1980s, like, I don't know, like, you'd almost like say like drug lord, just the way he's kind of dressed, or Scarface is kind of the way I'd envision Elias kind of drawn here. He's got all his rings, he's got his glasses, he's looking cool, he's looking dope. I kind of like the design of him. Like, this is the first time I'm really seeing him in action and talking. And he possesses all these different creatures. So the Titans are trying to do, Emiko's trying to read from the Book of the Damned. She's not reading quite fast enough. And you even get some Jurassic Park references. She's trying to read from some ancient language. Must chant faster, must chant faster. I appreciated that about it. It was definitely a little bit funnier. Like, I'm like, okay, so the Jeff Goldblum references. And then they got, obviously some of the jokes in there. Djinn is right there. She fucking hates Elias for all the horrible things he's done. He's trying to get a ring so he can invade, and like this thing called, what is it? The Soul. Okay, so let's see what it's called again. the Stone of Souls so he can try and get into heaven. So he's trying to get that thing. Apparently this is how he's going to invade heaven. And basically he uses that as an influence over Djinn. He's going to kill the Titans, and then Djinn decides to obey him, because the Djinn can only disobey one command. That's part of the rule of the law. And they seemingly can't stop him. Then she ends up summoning somebody named Jakeem Thunder. His character I'm not quite familiar with, so I went ahead and looked it up. And pretty much there's somebody who was in the Justice Society of America. They have their own little character right there. And they go toe-to-toe with Elias. And Elias, of course, now there you go. He's kind of pretty much resembling the equivalent of Trigon, I want to say, in this run. Because, like I said, I feel like Djinn is kind of a character who is, like, personality-wise, like, she kind of reminds me a bit of Starfire, and kind of mixture of her and Raven a bit. So I can definitely get some of those vibes with her, brother, not, being the Trigon, in essence, of the group. So you can definitely see it drawing inspiration there. But still, at least they're giving some original villains for this group of Titans. So yes, Elias is there. He pretty much takes them down, the entire team down. Djinn sends them back home. He gets the Soul of Stones, which he's going to use to invade heaven, claim my rightful place on our Father's throne in heaven above. So I guess they're actually going to heaven, which, are they going to face off against God? I wonder if they're going to do it. I don't know if they necessarily will, or at least this DC universe is equivalent to that. So that could be kind of interesting if they go in that direction. And, of course, the teens there, they're unable to stop them. There's some bits I have issues with. So this Jakeem character comes in. I don't know if he's going to be joining this team permanently. I really have absolutely no idea. I don't really know much about this character at all. So then they all get sent back to Mercy Hall. I have some issues with this exchange of dialogue right here. So they failed. Djinn's been captured. And do we get this bit of dialogue? Where the hell are we? Mercy Hall, our humble abode. Who the heck are you guys? You blind, buddy, or just sex? What? How do you go from that to this? Chill, it's just a figure of speech. Oh, because he said guys. Oh, okay. God, the cringe. That's kind of cringy right there. Okay, I'll shut up now. This is the new Teen Titans. A poorly planned to save a teammate. Damian kind of snaps at Emiko. All you had to do was read the spell quicker. Sorry, I didn't take that. Just like you, little man, blame someone else for your screw-ups. Yeah, I kind of get this thing. He didn't have to go that far. I mean, she's trying to read an ancient language, which, considering how smart that they are, they could have probably, maybe tried to memorize it beforehand, kind of just, read it. Because they obviously, what the spells kind of were, all you had to do was pretty much memorize it and read it as is. Especially with these two and their intelligence, they pretty much could have done it. But one thing I do think, Damian is no longer the leader of this team, as this issue establishes. They're kind of just a big old democracy. And then kind of by the end of the issue, they figure there is one way that they're going to go get Djinn out. She's in purgatory. We can't get to hell. We can't sneak in through the back door and save her. How do we suppose we do that? We're going to have to die. So you kind of see the expression here. Damian's like, okay, if we're going to save her, we're going to have to go literally and die. And Damian's been there before. Even some of the demons and entities there that you see kind of earlier on the issue, they reference that they've seen Damian, which, as you know, Damian as a character was killed by the heretic, and he was brought back to life with some sort of stone of some sorts, and then he gained superpowers. That's the Tomasi Batman and Robin run, which is really, really good. I definitely recommend you check out and read that one. But tonally, this felt more in line with the Teen Titans issue, and I kind of enjoyed that aspect of it. Some bits I still don't buy. There's this one line from Roundhouse that he says that I'm just I'm still not buying that, buddy. Let's see where it's at. The line I was looking for, because he's just oh, we're a family, but not really. Oh God, where is it? Oh, there's the page. Oh God, why can't I find the page I'm looking for? Oh, that's still not here. Hang on, let me find it really quick. But where was I at? We're like this, but we're like a family. Nah, I don't really... Oh, here it is. We're super dysfunctional. You can say it again, but we're family. Yeah, I don't buy the family aspect at all. You're still always arguing with each other. You're still not on the same page. You're still yelling at her. You're yelling at him. You're making insults to them for trying to keep the peace between things. Just always sticking up for your boyfriend, Kid Flash. Even jokes on him and Damian, even though it's been Emiko who's been standing up for Damian this entire run, not necessarily him standing up for Damian. It's just a constant back and forth thing. They are always on each other's nerves. So, I mean, I guess that kind of is like a family, But I still don't buy this whole family thing. Because didn't Roundhouse just plot to, like, kidnap them all in, like, the last thing? I know he came back and kind of redeemed himself by saying it, but he pretty much, he trapped Djinn in that ring. It's almost like the whole tension and all that's, like, completely thrown away, like, mistrust and all that. They're just like, okay, we're going to bring Djinn back, and then we're going to be a team. And then Damian's going to lose his Robin mantle, I guess, based on the upcoming solicitations. So, yeah, they're still writing him more of an... I know Damian can be an asshole too, but, like, there still is a compassionate side to him, which I have not really seen much in this run. In fact, this run as a whole has not done his character any service whatsoever. In fact, I'd see pretty much from the start of this, like, since post No Justice, he's been worse off than when he started this run. And by the end of it, he's going to be even worse off. So pretty much the entire time, his character's just been pretty much destroyed throughout this entire thing. I mean, maybe there's some things you can kind of buy, but he's no longer a leader. He has not grown as a leader, mind you. He's gotten more sadistic. He's had his own little prison. He still doesn't get along entirely with his teammates. There's no real friendship amongst them. So yeah, and I'm going to continue to call this out because, like I said, it's been going on for a year and a half now with all these different issues. And it's still, like, maybe slightly, but it still hasn't fully gotten to the point where it should be yet. Because, like, the previous team, it was within 5 issues. They were like, okay, we're a Teen Titans team. I'm going to follow along the mentors and so on and so forth. This whole run should have been about him growing as a leader. But in all honesty, he hasn't grown as a leader. In fact, by the end of this thing, I think I read the solicitations, he's going to lose his Robin mantle. Now, I don't know where this is, like, time-wise taking place. I think this is before City of Bane, but I don't know. This is kind of like in its own corner of the DC universe. But again, we shall see. So, pros of this issue, I like the more lighthearted nature of it. I like how they were actually kind of having fun. The artwork is very nice, stylistically. The panels work well. It's definitely more upbeat. You can tell there's a new writer on board because tonally it feels very different from previous issues within the run. I still have my gripes overall. I still don't buy that they consider themselves a family. I truly do not buy that whatsoever. I really haven't since this thing started because, like I said, they've never really seemed to like each other. They don't feel like friends at all. They're more like, this just felt more like a Suicide Squad book than a Teen Titans book, although this issue did show some promise, and I'm kind of hoping with the new creative team coming on board, we can definitely get back to feeling like a Teen Titans book again. Because it's been so long since I feel like I've been reading Teen Titans. I've been reading like a Suicide Squad book, a Teen Titans book in almost like name only. So, yeah, like I said, there's been some definite improvements within this thing. I will say I like its more upbeat tone. The art style is still pretty nice. Usually these artists are pretty good. They fixed Damian's face, which is a good thing because his other one looked like he had some sort of allergic reaction with it. So... And like I said, I kind of like the look of Elias. He reminds me of some sort of... He reminds me of some sort of, like almost like Scarface, the way he resembles, or whatever. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, those are my impressions on the issue. I think a lot of fans will be kind of happy with the change in direction and tone with this one. It's... Again, I still don't buy that they're a family, because they've been at each other's throats. I like how they're doing things more as a team. It's taken a really long time to get here, like too long in my book, and they're still not there yet. And I don't know, I feel like they're pretty much going to be like torn apart again by the time April rolls around, because we have like we have next month's issue, and we have 2 issues in April. We have like an annual, and I looked at the cover, and it was like Robin No More or something like that. So I think Batman's going to find out and either ground Damian from the team entirely and probably take away his Robin mantle, which I feel like at this point, Bruce Wayne, if you've been reading some of the other stuff, he's been kind of a shitty dad with a lot of the stuff he's been doing and acting like. It's been kind of ridiculous at this point. Even when I read the Pennyworth issue, it's just like, okay, Alfred just died. Meanwhile, Bruce was off doing his thing, like going on to some dumb beach thing. He hasn't been around for him, which, if I were a parent, I'd be like, okay, I have a 13-year-old or 14-year-old son, and I'm just going to let him go off and kind of do his own thing. No, like, you should be out watching, or at least with the previous Teen Titans, he had, like, people like Starfire as, like, a mentor there to look out for him. But no, he's kind of off doing his own thing, and Bruce just doesn't seem to care at all. It's baffling how bad of a parent he's been acting like. And it's just like he'd rather go off and bang Catwoman somewhere on a rooftop and whine and cry about it, or like punch Jason Todd, or even Tim Drake for whatever reason. Like the Bat family is so disjointed right now. Without Dick Grayson there, without Alfred there, Jason Todd goes off and does his own thing. Barbara Gordon's kind of there, like Cassandra Cain and all them. They're all kind of off doing their own things. There's no unity in that family. And with Alfred gone, I think you can go some interesting angles. But even after reading that, I'm just like, can you just be a parent for once? I think finally he's going to step up and be one. So that'll be kind of cool. But, yeah, those are my thoughts on Teen Titans issue 39. I kind of rambled off a bit. But I do kind of recommend this issue. Like I said, if you've been going on this run long enough, you might as well continue it. Like I said, tonally, it's very different. And I like how it felt more like a Teen Titans thing. But I do think I still don't buy why this team should even be a team at this point. I really, really don't. I understand they got to get Djinn back, but like pretty much after that, they pretty much should just go off and do their own thing. It's really not working for any of these characters. His has been dismantled. We still don't know why she shot Deathstroke. Wallace, who's supposed to be like the moral high ground of this team, isn't really stepping up at all. Crush is there. Roundhouse is, still kind of annoying. And Djinn's, trapped in a ring, as you can see there. Oh, cool. I didn't notice that beforehand. But, and Elias, like, he's pretty much feels like a Trigon substitute. Although, like I said, I like the Scarface look he had. I thought that was kind of cool and classy. That was neat. But I guess other things I'd like to see. If Damian does lose his Robin mantle, I think he should kind of just go off and just be a teenager for a while. Like I said, there's things I want to see with the Teen Titans. Like I said, there's no friendship. Because the Teen Titans, I feel like, have always had a foundation of friendship. And I feel like that's been sorely lacking in this book. But I do think I'd like to see more of a friendship. Maybe them going off and doing other things, like undercover missions at like some big rich people events or something like that, like a Wayne or a Queen Gala. That would be kind of fun to do. Or, like I said, I'd just like to see him just be a teenager, just going to school, maybe Gotham Academy. You can get some issues out of there or something. And just kind of doing that for a while. Maybe similar to what they were doing with like a Spider-Man 2. I've had some discussions with some people and talking about this thing too, and they're just like, oh yeah, we could kind of go in maybe that direction or something like that, where he just kind of loses his way and then like they have to like work their way back in and do stuff. Because like I said, it's just been like one shitty thing after another for this character, and it just would make more sense for them just to kind of just give up for a while, just kind of live their life, and then they have to get the will in them and just try and make their big comeback. I think that would make something powerful and effective. Same with some of these other team members, but yeah, and maybe some new people can join the team. Maybe this Jakeem character is going to join the team. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, what are your thoughts on Teen Titans issue 39? I know I kind of rambled on, and let me know in the comment section down below. We'll talk about this thing some more, I guess. Hit that bell for notifications, like this video, comment, subscribe, all that other stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye then. Teen Titans 39. Some good, some stuff I still have issues with, but not so bad. Not so bad, all things considered. Peace.